Welcome again to Foundations in Pre-Calculus Math 10 with Mr. Johns. Today we're going to look at section 3.6, and we are still looking at polynomials of the form ax squared plus bx plus c. This time we're going to do part 2, which is factoring. So we're going to be working from a trinomial backwards to two binomials. This is tricky, so please pay attention carefully. The first one is 2x squared plus 5x plus 3, and we're going to use alge tiles. So what we need to do is make a rectangle and then figure out the length and the height, and that should give us our binomials. So to draw 2x squared, I'll draw two squares, each representing an x squared. Now the tricky part here is I need to organize my x's so that I'm left with just three singles and have a completed rectangle. So I think I need two x's this way and three x's this way. That way, if I fill in little squares, I needed three of them, and here I have my completed rectangle. Now if I look at the dimensions of this rectangle, the height will be x plus 1, and the length will be 2x plus 3. So in theory, 2x squared plus 5x plus 3 equals 2x plus 3 times x plus 1. If you wanted to check, you could FOIL this. For number b, now I'm going to just be factoring by unfoiling, but we have to modify our method now because of this a value in front. So pay attention and trust me, this method works, but it is tricky. What I normally do is I need to find two numbers that multiply to the last and add to this outside-inside term. But because we have this a, it's tricky. So what I do is I multiply a and c, or 5 times 3 in this case, to give me 15. Then I ask, what two numbers multiply to 15 and add to 16? Well, I'm good at this, so I know that I need to take positive 15 and positive 1. But this number was 15 and not 3. It's 5 times bigger than we need. So I write my 5t, and it would have been multiplied probably by a t. But I'm going to put an extra factor of 5 in. And I'll write my two factors, positive 15 and positive 1. Now one of these factors is bigger than it needs to be. In fact, we put an extra factor of 5 in here. So I'm going to divide everything by 5. If you look carefully, 5t plus 15 can be simplified. So 5t plus 1, and I'm going to remove a factor of 5. This is like 5 times t will give me 5t, and 5 times 3 will give me 15, all over 5. Well, there's that extra factor of 5 we put in. So our answer here is 5t plus 1 times t plus 3. Now this was tricky, so I often check it. So I'm going to check by FOILing. 5t plus 1 times t plus 3. My first is 5t times t, which is 5t squared. My outside is 5t times positive 3 is 15t. My inside is 1 times t, which is positive 1t. And my last is 1 times 3, which is positive 3. So now I'm left with 5t squared plus 16t plus 3. It's right. I got it. So my answer is correct. So now you try this A and B. If you need help, see Mr. Johns. Remember, it's tricky. Now after you've tried these, I'm going to go over the second one with you. So I'll let you try this with the algebra tiles, but I'll help you with this one because I know these are quite tricky. So watch my unique method of unfoiling this, and hopefully it makes sense. So the first thing I want to do is multiply my A and C. 4 times 3 equals 12. So now I ask myself, what two numbers, and you don't need to write that necessarily, what two numbers multiply to 12 and add to, oh sorry, this should have been -3, -12, -12, and add to 4. So, two numbers that multiply -12. Well, 6 and 2. My 6 needs to be positive, my 2 can be negative, because those add to become 4. So I write my 4t twice. But I have an extra factor of 4 in there, which I multiplied in here. Then I write my two factors, +6 and -2. Now you'll notice this one's a little different than the one before because there's common factors in each binomial. This has a common factor of 2 and this has a common factor of 2. So I'll remove those common factors and get 2t plus 3. And here I'll get 2 times 2t minus 1. Still all over 4. Well, 2 over 4 is like 1 over 2. And 2 over 2 is like 1 over 1. So that extra factor of 4 goes away. And I'm left with 2t plus 3 times 2t minus 1. And that's equal to my original trinomial 4t squared plus 4t minus 3. Because 2t times 2t is 4t squared. 2t times -1 is -2t plus 6t, so that gives me my 4t, and +3 times -1 is -3. So there is my modified method of unfoiling. Good luck on your assignment. After you've had help and figured out how to do it with your turn, you can work on the assignment, which is 1 and 2. Only 5 questions, but they are tricky. We're not going to do too much of this stuff, but I do want you to understand how to factor when the A value is greater than 1. If you need help, see Mr. Johns. And there's only 2 more sections left in this chapter. Woohoo!